Welcome back to the Tahoe Kids Show. I'm your host, Zoe Laughlin, and today I'm here with
Shelly Thompson from the South Tahoe Public Utility District.
So talk to me about South Tahoe's drinking water.
Yeah, well, I'd like to welcome you to our state-of-the-art laboratory. This is where the magic happens to make sure you have safe, clean, delicious tap water flowing from your faucet. So, South Tahoe has some of the cleanest drinking water in the entire United States, and that's because we are at the top of the watershed. There aren't any farms or industry in our watershed. At 6,200 feet elevation, there isn't a community that lives above us. The rain and snow falls here in the mountains, melts and flows into creeks and streams into our lake, and then recharges our groundwater aquifer.
So how do you treat the drinking water here at South Lake Tahoe?
Yeah, so South Tahoe Public Utility District, we get all of our drinking water from our groundwater aquifer. And our water is so clean that for the majority of our wells, we pump the water up out of the ground, add a little bit of chlorine to kill off any potentially harmful bacteria, and then we start pumping it directly to your home. In this state-of-the-art lab, we test our drinking water as well as water, our treated wastewater, and water from our local streams, lake, reservoir, groundwater, all to make sure that we're meeting state and federal requirements.
So how long do these tests normally take?
Let's ask Dan Arce, our lab director.
Well, that very much depends on what is being tested for. There are many tests that we can do right on site. As water is coming out of somebody's faucet, we can tell, for instance, how salty it is, what the chlorine level might be, and we might tell if there is a problem right away. There are many tests that we have to bring the water back to our laboratory in order to see what the character of the water is. That might take several hours to find out. Some of the most important tests we do are for coliform bacteria that are found in groundwater that will let us know that water that is not supposed to be in our wells is in our wells, which is something that does happen. That test is a 24-hour test, and it includes bacteria that include E. coli. There are many other tests that we are required to do that might take up to 4 to 6 weeks before we get the results. As technology increases, there are many, many more things that we can test for and we're required to test for that are well beyond the capabilities of our laboratory, and they have to be sent to other labs. Things like gasoline additives, some very low traces of metals, pesticides, radioactivity, which is a problem in Lake Tahoe. We have so much granite that there is radioactivity in our water. For some of these tests might take 6 weeks before we find the results. I'm happy to say, as Shelly emphasized, that through no fault of our own, the water that comes out of our wells is pristine often, and we have to do very little in order to make it acceptable for human consumption.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
So Shelly, where can I go to learn more about water quality?
So as a public agency, all of our lab results are published in an annual consumer confidence report that's online. So you can go there to find out more about where our water comes from, lab results, and what health impacts there might be from contaminants found in water. Check out www.stpud.gov